Yo, yo, yo. Uh, welcome to another episode of Men of the Village podcast. This is the second week. This is the second week of the third attempt to make this a show. And light out the shot. There it is. The shot. I don't know if you can tell, but I have a couple other joints. I got a new mic set up. I got a light over there. Where's Michael Jordan? Michael Jordan's up there. I'm gonna add more of my Funko Pop characters to this over here. What's going on? Engage with me in the comments so I could not feel like I'm talking to myself. I talk to myself so much as a content creator. It's not really a thought, I guess, that when you are making content, especially by yourself, you are low-key just talking to yourself. What up, what up? I'm about to post a message, I guess. See where the guys are. So this episode of Men of the Village podcast, I think I got two friends that haven't been on before. I also got to welcome to the stage my brother. Hey, bro, I have a question. Can you hear me?
brother? Huh?
I said, can you hear me clearly?
Yep, I can.
Oh, yeah, because last week my video was kind of trash.
Oh, yeah, we in there.
We in there.
Looks
like Nisha said, good evening. Choco Kitty said, hey, Mr. Rod, what's up, y'all? I think Josh is supposed to join.
Okay.
Let me see what else. I think Mac might join. Charles, he's going to try afterwards. We're just going to have a conversation. You feel me? I guess we can start with a check-in. How are you? What's going on with you, man?
Man, I'm doing well, bro, but I've been challenged with, the instant gratification aspect, right? It's like things get difficult, things get challenging, things get hard, and trying to remind myself that everything is not going to be from a place of instant gratification, and some stuff is going to take some time for it to be or for it to become. I'm growing frustrated with my body because I've been doing these workouts, and then I'm like, I'm not seeing results as fast as I would like to have seen results and all of that stuff. So all of that is a little frustrating, but just trying to be consistently patient with myself while I'm consistent with the journey.
I love that. So what I hear from you is that you're living life for real, because I don't think there's ever been a promise that everything is going to be everything we want it to be when we want it to be.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? What's up, Luck?
What's up with it?
Luck on cam.
Look at
Luck on cam.
Good look, bro. Let me say this. I ain't realized I was friends with a celebrity. Like, I've been friends with Luck for.
Gosh.
No. Hold on, because I gotta say this because I got a couple of LA friends. You know what I'm saying? A couple of LA friends outside of Luck and outside of Rob. So here I am the other day, and I'm like, yeah, man, like, Kendra, shout out my boy Luck. They was like, wait a minute, Luck, like the rapper Luck. I was like, yeah. They was like, hey, man, he had LA on lock. He was, and I'm like, yo, what? Like, they going crazy. They're going crazy because I'm your friend, and I'm like, yo, I didn't even know Luck was the one.
Yeah, man.
They was like, yo,
no good luck.
They was like, yo, like, they was like, no, like, for real, like, he was that one, man. They had, and then they played that Who Dat track. I was used to. I'm from the South. I'm from the South. So the version I'm used to is Young Bleed. So that's what had us in the chokehold. They was like, no. What had us in the chokehold in LA was Luck and all of them, and they kept playing the song over and they like, man, listen to Luck verse. They was and I'm like, oh no, like Luck was the one. He's still the one. Just in a different field.
I appreciate that, man.
Come on, man.
For
really
real.
do. I really appreciate that.
Hey, question, Luck. Can you tell a little bit of the story of how you moved from Bad Luck, that got shouted out on the Grammys by Kendrick, to Good Luck, who's not really even interested in the rap world like that?
Yeah. So I got to a point in maybe around 2017, when 2016, 2017 was my last rap hip hop project, and I did a project called Breathe, but I was kind of on my way out anyway of rap music. Now, so I was already kind of like done with the business of music, rap music, and I felt that at the time it was just getting a little dark and a little wicked, and I could just feel where it was going. Right now, mind you, at this point, wait, do you hear my mic?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can hear you pretty good.
Down here, it's messing up down here, but you know, my mic here. But anyway, I'm talking to my phone now, I guess. Oh, there you go. So at the time, I wasn't a Christian at the time. That was the part that was scary. So I was feeling a bunch of darkness and wicked, and I was like, I gotta get out of here. This game ain't it. Like, it's not, something about this ain't right. You know what I mean? And I didn't know what that was really, but I kind of like, all right, let me just kind of fade away out of it. You know, I stopped doing that. But the same time that was happening, I was thinking of a name change, because as my mind started to change about music and what I want to do, I started telling myself, like, man, like, words mean things. And it's like a woman naming her baby King or something like that, or whatever the case may be, where she's trying to see something for her baby when he grows, gets older. So for me, I was like, man, I feel like I need to change my name. But I was so into being Bad Luck, it was hard to make that adjustment. So I went to New York with Warren G. They had a hip hop. I don't know if you remember Hip Hop Honors, Rob. Y'all remember Hip Hop Honors?
Yeah, I remember Hip Hop Honors.
That show?
For sure.
So I remember they did a dedication for Def Jam one year. It was all Def Jam artists, and I went with Warren G to New York to he was being honored, and we were staying at the Tribeca Grand, if I'm not mistaken. That's the name of the hotel, and all the artists in Def Jam were staying at that hotel. So I'm already a fan of who I'm with, let alone I'm seeing all these people in the hotel. Public Enemy, DMX, Scarface, just you know what I mean? I'm just like a kid in the candy store with all my heroes in here. And when I met Scarface, this one really did it. Yep. Warren introduced me to Scarface, and he shakes everybody's hand, and then he's like, "Yeah, that's my boy Bad Luck." And as he's reaching out, he said, "Wait, what?" And he pulled back like, "Bad Luck." And he's like, "Yeah," he said, "Oh no, man, you got to change that name. You got to change that name. I can't shake your hand." So we laughed because it was funny, but at the same time, he wasn't joking. He said, "No, I'm serious. I can't change your hand." He said, "Man, you got to change that name." He said, "You should not put that name on you. Don't put no bad kind of dark name on you like that." He said, "Matter of fact, come give me a hug." So he hugged me to show me it was love. I just can't embrace that. You know what I mean? Yeah. I love you as a brother, but I can't embrace that. And I was like, all right, I was already thinking this. Scarface, out of all people, was telling me how he can't even shake my hand because of that name. And I was just like, yeah, it's about that time. You know what I mean? It's about the time I need to, you know what I mean?
I gotta stop you and say, hey,
yeah, for sure.
The story you just shared about how you shifted from the MC, formerly known as Bad Luck, recognizable to people within the industry, fans of hip hop music, especially West Coast LA rap music, known as Bad Luck, and how one of the greatest rappers of all time, Scarface, encouraged you and admonished you to change your name. And then you also got saved, got super serious about your walk with the Lord and being a Christian and being an amazing friend and a husband and person in the community. But Scarface said, "Hey man, you got to change your change your name."
Scarface said,
"Yeah, you got to," because for me it was confirmation. I was already in my mind of going through that. Like, I need to change my name. I just been bad luck so long. It's hard to let go of something that people identify you as by this.
mm-hmm.
Like, you've made a very good name in this business being this name. So if I change it, you kind of feel like you're giving up your identity. But I had to realize that wasn't my identity. That's a piece of me that was maybe a certain era or a certain time, right? But it wasn't really giving up who I was, because who I was, it wasn't that name. It was just a part of me at one point in my life.
Yeah.
So once I got there, then I made the transition to just change the good luck. I tried to change it on Instagram, but they won't let me change it. I tried like 2 or 3 times.
They only want you to be known as bad luck.
Well, because for some reason that verification thing, it's like, because I didn't care. I didn't care about the blue check, whatever. But for some reason, they wouldn't let me change it with that verification on there. So I tried to email them, and then I just no response, no get back. So I said, well, it is what it is.
Okay, AD, what pops in your mind hearing that story? I don't know if you knew that story.
No, I didn't know that. Like, here's the thing. I think, when I met Luck, me and Luck met on a spiritual tip. You know what I'm saying? So we sharing our experiences with God and how the things that God has done in our lives. And so I just, me and Luck started following each other. I tapped in with his content, and I was like, yo, Luck is a cool creative dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's all I knew.
That's what I know about him.
Yeah, I'm like, he's a comes across to me as a great husband, friend, all of that stuff. So I'm like, yo, like I'm locked in with that, And so to hear that story, for one, is eye-opening, but then for two, it just confirms exactly what everybody was going crazy about when I said I'm friends with bad luck but good luck. And they was just, they were just talking about how, your level of influence in LA and Compton and all of that stuff, and Watts and Inglewood, and just everywhere. And the thing is, like, I moved here 5 years ago, and I have really fallen in love with LA. Like, I've somebody told me just last week, they was like, well, what part of LA you from? I'm like, oh, I'm not from LA. They was like, what? You're not from LA? I'm like, no, I'm not. They was like,
bro.
They were like, yeah, and I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm from the South. I'm from Tennessee. And they're like, you're from Tennessee? And I'm like, yeah. They was like, what part? I was like, Chattanooga. They was like, nah, like you were supposed to be in LA. Like you. And then I was telling them a story how, like, when I was in high school, my friends called me Hollywood. When I got,
you do look like an LA guy, by the way.
Like, I get that all the time. So when I moved to Huntsville and I started pastoring, like, one of my friends, Candace, she would call me Hollywood all the time. From the very first time she met me, she was like, oh, you Hollywood. So when I said I was moving to LA, she was like, by the time you made that leap, by the time you took that jump. So I'm saying all of that to say that I didn't find it strange that, I make connections and make friends with somebody that's so integrated into the LA culture, and really rock with somebody that thinks along the lines that Luck thinks and things of that nature. And the fact, man, it says a lot about you, Luck, from the standpoint of being willing to make that pivot when you have such good traction going. I don't think a lot of times people don't look at the fact of, it's easy to step away from something when it's not working.
Right.
But when you're getting known, you're known. It's rap artists that would have loved to have been in your shoes when you made that transition, for people to know you the way that they know you, for Kendrick to be on the largest stage of music receiving the largest award of music, not even just the other Grammys he got that night,
Right.
the largest one. You know what I'm saying? That one holds a lot of weight, you know what I'm saying? And then to get up there and say, you know, for me, you know, and then for him to shout out you shows your level of influence that you've had. And I think it also goes to his, you know, Super Bowl performance when he says, you know, you can't fake influence.
Yeah.
Like when he said that line, I was like, oh no, that's a bar. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you cannot fake influence, man. And that's one of the things that you have had and also still have. And then for you to make that pivot, man, because you heard what God wanted you to do, and then God continued to confirm that, man, like it takes so much courage, bro. It takes so much courage. So the first thing that came to my mind, Rob, when he was just telling that story was courageous.
Mm-hmm. That's
the first thing that came to my mind.
So what I told him when I was there for the transition, it was an honor to be a part of Luck's story. I think I've known you like 20 years, bro.
Yeah, probably more. Yeah.
So I have songs from 20 years ago where Luck is. We used to do this thing called Jacking for Beats, where it's a great track that Jay-Z, Eminem, Ludacris, whoever, if they had a crazy beat, some of the coldest MCs in the area would just steal the beat and just do something different to it, like use our stories, use our flows and all that. So I have songs with that Luck around there, but it reminds me of, you know, this is not a religious Christian podcast, but a conversation with men who represent all the things that we are. So it reminded me as he was going through his transition, how Saul was renamed Paul.
Yes, sir.
And how so many people know Paul for all the things he's done in the faith and all the teachings and writings of Paul. But there was a story before he was Paul, right? And I liked to be around as your name was changed by Scarface, you know, your face, but God. I think God changed your name. So
for sure,
it makes me think about how it ain't just Luck that gets a different name. It ain't just Saul that gets a different name. Like we can all have a different name.
Yeah, man.
You feel me?
Yeah.
And I think honestly, I think that's a process that, you know, I'm still kind of going through myself, you know, and I think that a lot of times men, we find ourselves at these pivotal points in life that we have to make a decision whether we're going to continue on the road that we've been on, or are we going to allow God and surrender to the transformation that God is putting us on. And so look, thank you for being a great example of that, of that surrender to that process, bro.
I appreciate that. I appreciate both of you saying what you're saying. And you know, because man, none of this stuff was easy. you know,
it still ain't.
So, it still ain't right. Still ain't easy. You know, you just kind of like one thing I learned or learning actually in this is how hard it is to what you should have said, AD, how hard it is to switch gears. You know, and
So
knowing when to switch gears, right? And it's so hard because we've been, you know, we heard the sayings, never give up, right? Keep going. Just one more, right? All these things, and you kind of like, you know, and what if you're supposed to just change, switch up, switch lanes, do this instead? When you don't truly know when to give up, so you got to listen to something outside of you. You know what I mean? And what is that voice saying?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And that voice outside of you, it depends on your relationship. It could be inside of you. You know what I mean? Telling you which way you should be moving.
yeah.
You know, that funny feeling inside. You know, we know it as discernment, or you know, where you got to start listening to that. And it's scary. It's scary.
Yeah,
even right
like
now.
I was gonna say, you got to talk about that, bro.
It's scary. It's scary, bro. You just don't know. Like you, and even now, like it's been so long, and even now, like I'm hearing these, I'm having these conversations, I'm hearing these conversations, and I'm sometimes my human self, my fleshly self, still says, "Did you make the right decision? Like, did
Mhm.
you? Is it the right thing? You know, when times get rough and you have to yourself on a trajectory doing music." And then life get rough, times get rough, and you like, man, if I just didn't stop, maybe I'd have been here or whatever.
Yeah, you're trying
Or
to predict
right, you start to do
outcome.
that, right?
Yeah.
And I'm a natural creative, so my mind starts. My mind makes movies and hear about what could have happened or what should have happened or whatever. You know, what I mean, all these things. So but I just pray about it, man, and just and but words like that though, look, even with the way you guys just handled me just now. That's for me. Those are like little confirming words. Like, no, you know what? That's what it was for.
Yeah.
For words like that, and people to view it a certain kind of way. And so for me, that's my confirmation. And God hold me down. So even if I made a left somewhere, He'll put me back on track.
Yep.
You know.
Some people won't allow themselves to have a change of name like you did, right? Like I'm known for this, and I identify myself as this or for this, and I'm so afraid of a start over.
Yeah.
There's some content creators that I follow, and one of them is Gary Vee.
Hmm.
He talks all the time about being willing to start over on a new platform, right? Like early on, he was talking about LinkedIn and was talking about TikTok. He would have conversations where you pull up or people pull up on him and he'd be like, "Hey, are you on TikTok? I know you're doing this on Facebook. I know you're doing on YouTube, but are you on TikTok?" And some people he talked to early heard the advice, but were blue checked on Instagram and Facebook, were monetized on YouTube, but starting on TikTok puts you back at zero,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So to start at zero and like learn it and be bad at it and try to get people to go from this and follow you over here, that's one version of like, I'm gonna just keep cooking where I'm already, where I'm already glowing up and doing well.
Yeah.
So to let go of something that kind of is working or is working very well, some people won't allow themselves to get a new name.
Yeah, and bro, I say often that the reason why we don't try anything new is because we are afraid to be bad temporarily. So our greatest adversary to us trying anything new is like, like, for example, like speaking in front of an audience, preaching, teaching, cool. I've been doing that since I was 17 years old.
Mm-hmm.
I did a little theater stuff in middle school, did a little theater stuff in high school, was in a play, all of that stuff, that acting bug, all of that stuff was just, man, I was like, man, I really enjoyed this. And then when I started pursuing acting, I was afraid because I was like, yo, I'm going to be bad. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, and that's the thing, man. And making sure I put that in the forefront of my mind to say it's okay to be bad at something temporarily, but if you keep trying at it, eventually you will get better. Like everybody that talks about, when Lala's acting, they was like, "Oh my gosh, she's so horrible. She's the worst actress ever." Why do they cast her in this? And why they cast her? Lala didn't pay attention to what nobody was saying. She kept getting cast. She kept getting roles. And now we see that she's becoming better. The challenge is, can you weather the storm while you're getting better? And I think that's what cripples us so many times, is that we are so afraid to be bad at something temporarily, for us to try something new, because we've seen a level of success. And I think, man, one of the greatest, like, so if being afraid to be bad at something temporarily is one of the greatest failures, I mean, are the greatest risk, I also think one of the greatest failures in life is being good at something that we were never called to be good at.
I told Luck that. So me and Luck used to do music. I was like, I feel like I'm good at music, right? I feel like my business mind, my relationships with people, my ability to get something done from an idea to a song or an album or a show or a tour, I think I'm cold at that.
Yep.
And I think I deserve to get money doing that with my people that I rock with, right? But that's not my purpose. I think the thing that's my purpose is the thing that I'll be making the most money on, and that has taken me around the world, and that has blessed my life that everybody can't do. Like the thing that I was born to do versus the thing that I enjoy doing, that I'm interested in doing, that I'm passionate doing, that I might have had fun doing. That's not my purpose.
Yeah.
And that's just one area. Like my music name that Luck knew me for was Biz. And Luck gave me the name. Luck named me in music. You remember that, all right?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, look. Hey, look, give me a rap name. Before the end of this, bro, you got to give me a rap name.
Challenge. You got to come up with a name for.
You got to come up with a rap. You got to come up with rap names for everybody in the group, bro. That's now. That's
he
now.
Gave me mine, man, and I love that name because for me it was like, one, he was like, you handle biz, like you handle the business for everybody. You have a vision. You're passionate about it. And we can see how hard you're working, right?
Yeah.
I would drive from Northridge to Rosecrans and Crenshaw for the studio and have test or class back in Northridge, but live in LA and be going back and forth to get Fauntleroy back to the valley where he was in the dorms on the college campus that I got to go back to in the morning, drive all the way back to Inglewood but I was committed, right? But I was also busy. And he was like, that's why. So for me, it's like the double entendre. I was like, yeah, I rock that name. And that's what I was proud to be known as. There's still, like, Jag still calls me Biz. Like, when he calls me, like, Biz, I need you. Like, he still calls me that.
Wow. That's crazy.
But there are people who didn't even know I DJ'd or did music or all that. Like, it's another version of the name change. Are you willing to let go of something that you enjoy, that works, that you're respected in, to move to another thing?
Yeah, because I mean, bro, like at the end of the day, if we're saying that we want to be in our purpose, we want to, be in our calling, we want to be in these things, but a lot of times I think like the enemy sets up distractions because a lot of times like we talk about like, oh, the enemy, as if everything that the enemy does is like bad. Sometimes the enemy is going to tempt you with good.
For sure.
Yep.
And good is a sin when great is available.
Wait. Oh, shoot.
Good is a sin when great is available. So he'll present us with good, but great is available, but we are afraid to go after great because we settle for good, because with good came comfort. So what if we were supposed to reach 20, but we started at 0, we reached 10, and then we thought that 10 was so good. It was so good, but we was actually supposed to reach 20. So we settled at 10 because we was at 0. So it's like, oh man, I came from nothing. So I made it to 10. So I'm good. And it's like, yo, like, no, like there's some stuff that was on the table. Again, like Rob said, we're not trying to make this a Bible, session, but like even when God told Moses, hey, you could have kept striking the rock. You could have kept you could have kept doing that. And I would have kept making things come, but you stopped at a certain point. So it's like I would hate to get to heaven and be like, man, I lived a great life. And then God's like, yeah, but if you would have kept going right there, you could have like, I'd be like, oh, I lived a good life. And then he's like, no, you could have had great.
I wanted more for you.
I wanted more for you. I wanted more.
You know what? That's another version of the let go too. So what you just shared, AD, the scripture that popped in my mind about Moses and why he wasn't allowed to go into the Joshua generation blessing, where he was supposed to do something different than what worked before.
Mm-hmm.
Right? He didn't follow the directions.
Yeah.
He relied on what worked before. He wouldn't let it go and pivot. Right? That's another version of the. There's a new way. There's a new challenge. There's a new direction, like Luck's name change, or you moving, or you growing beyond what people know you and recognize you and respect you for. Have you read the book The Dip?
The Dip?
I haven't.
Seth Godin, one of the greatest marketers of our times, he wrote a book called The Dip. And in The Dip is like this graph of like the starting point, and it goes like that, and it goes up. And then as you're grinding, it drops. And most people quit in the dip, but it then swells back up to a higher point than you've ever got to. And most people don't allow themselves to get to the highest height of the timeline because the dip is scary. That's where a lot of people quit. But also in the book, he talked about how the loudest message in the book was, there are some things that you need to quit to be the greatest something else. You could be a average this, or if you would stop doing that, you could be the greatest this of all time. Man. Like, stop working for the post office and start your podcast. Stop doing this thing that you're a great in this office, but you're not super passionate, you're not super committed, you're not super dedicated to this thing. But if you would just do this other thing, you could be the best in the region. You could be the best in the state. You could be the best in your age group. But it will require you to let go and to quit being this and commit to this.
Yeah. Yeah. What are we going to quit?
So that you could be great. What will you stop doing in order to pursue greatness?
Let me tell you.
That's the hard part, because that involves you switching gears.
Yep.
Who wants to do that?
I did it with
not nobody.
You know,
don't sign me up for it. I don't I want the benefits of it, but I don't want the stopping or whatever else comes with that. I want greatness, but I don't want to stop doing nothing.
So I think I did really well on TikTok. Like, I was above average on TikTok. It's the largest following that I've ever had on social media. And I feel like my TikTok work made me feel like a content creator. But I was like, this isn't the place that I need to be investing my resources. And I literally stopped. Yeah. And here I am with two of my friends doing a live on YouTube where I have less than 1,200. I'm at 1,000 now.
I'm about to say, hold up now.
I cracked it.
Yeah.
You didn't cross over, my boy.
Hey, man, hold on. So I cracked 1,000 on YouTube, but it's like, it's the beginning of a stage. I don't know how to use this platform as well. I'm still setting up and getting lights together and getting my mic better than last week. I got headphones on that I didn't have on. I'm getting better at this, and that's uncomfortable. But I was like, the thing I really care the most about is actually YouTube. I've been telling Luck for years, like, I want to be a YouTuber, not just a content creator. I want to be a successful YouTuber. And in order for me to be a successful YouTuber, in my gut, I had to let go of where I've got the most traction, the most followers. Yeah. I need to start over here.
Yeah.
And go as hard over here as I ever did over there and more.
I mean, and that's the thing, though. I think you are. I think, we're finding a groove of consistency. You know what I'm saying? Like, finding something that works. It's becoming a thing. And I think that I also think this is the reason why community is so important, right? Because when you have community that is pushing you towards your goals and your aspirations and the things that you said you wanted to do, then that changes everything, because you're not doing it by yourself, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it makes it that much easier when we're in the group message and, is Luck sharing his stuff, is you sharing your stuff, is me sharing my stuff, Josh 1 and Josh 2 sharing their stuff, Dr. Charles saying his stuff. It becomes now becomes the village, you know what I'm saying? It becomes a village. And now we are all excited about each other's progression and growth to see. And like, even the back end stuff, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Luck put in the chat the other day, like, oh, like look at this StreamYard video. So even though I've been on Ecamm for the past 2 years, now it made me start, okay, like let me compare. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it's one of those things that we're all in this together. And so because we are all in it together, it just makes it that much easier for us to be consistent and to support each other along this journey with it.
And you know what else too to add? Sometimes I remember when Rob first gave my camera, I would call him. Well, I still don't do it now, but I would call him a lot about asking him questions about the camera. Yeah. And Rob always told me, like, bro, you don't keep gotta say like, my bad, just one more question. He said, I want to talk about the stuff you want to talk about. What he was saying was, which if I can assume, because this is how I feel now, is that, bro, I want to nerd out with somebody. Like, I want to, like, bro, like, if you want to talk about cameras, live streaming, now I'm getting into watches,
content ideas.
If you want to talk about any of that, there ain't no bad time. Because I'm off.
Call me whenever,
bro.
If you want to talk about any of these things,
bro. I'm all in.
Look, to your point, about 3 hours ago, I called Rob. And I'm like, hey man, this thing ain't working with. He was like, oh no, you probably need to put this cord right there. So I switched out the cord and I'm like, oh, it popped on. Like it's up. Like, you know, but it's one of those things where he knows that, and you know that because you got a Pocket 3 as well. He got a Pocket 3. I got a Pocket 3.
I'm on a Pocket 3 right now.
Oh, so and that's what I'm saying. So like what I'm is just like when the community is all invested in something and a part of something, like, yo, we can come in and be like, oh, okay, this worked for me on this, and I did this. We share accessories for our cameras. We share all of that stuff because it's a community-based thing. And then now it brings us joy to see our milestones. And I ain't even gonna say small milestones. Like that's a big milestone. That's a big milestone. I was on our Mentorship Monday call, not this Monday, but the past Monday when me and Rob was doing it. And I told him, I said, yo, you about to cross over 1,000. He like, what? I'm like, yeah, you had like 960 because I check his numbers. Yeah. Like I want to see my boy succeed. So
yeah, for sure.
Like, I don't even check my numbers like that.
Yeah, because what I do, I check and make sure he put up the content he said he was gonna put up. Then I check his numbers. I'm like, all right, let me see how it's working for my boy. And then I was like, you at 960, bro. Like you're almost there. That was just last week. And then this week we celebrating the fact that he over 1,000.
Yep.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like that's major.
Yeah. That's so major. I was talking to Mac about the idea for the Disneyland episode. I'm like, do you realize everybody has an Osmo Pocket 3?
Listen,
I
think except Josh 2. I don't think Josh 2 has it yet.
Josh 2 is which Josh?
Black Josh.
Josh.
Yeah, J2. I think everybody in the group chat is now equipped with an Osmo Pocket 3 because imagine going to Disneyland all day and trying to shoot content with your mirrorless camera and a lens. Like, right. That would be tough.
The devil. I got to put up this content. Look, you ain't seen this yet. I showed Rob, but I recorded the content. You see that?
Yeah. Oh, you put a skin on it. That's dope.
Yeah.
Was it easy?
It was pretty easy, but see, I'm used to it because I've done all my
cameras.
Yeah,
right.
All his lenses and everything.
Yeah, my lenses.
Where are you getting your skin from? Is it a website? A certain website?
Yeah, it's a website. I send it to you. I put it in the group.
Okay. Perfect.
But so I did it, but so it also had, I put the skin on the top, but it was messing with the functionality of it. And I was like, nah, I like to have my stuff personalized, but not at the expense of the functionality of
right. That's totally gets the purpose of it.
Not of this. This is yeah.
Nah, that's dope. You say you did the content already?
Huh?
He shot it already.
You recorded the content already?
Yeah, I shot it.
But you haven't posted it yet?
No, I ain't posted it yet. I'm probably gonna post it tomorrow.
Okay. Okay. No.
I got a
See
question
it,
for the fellas and the audience
Yeah.
too, listening to the chat. Here's the question: what is something that you used to enjoy when you were younger? Right? What's something that you used to enjoy when you were younger that you haven't really done as an adult? You haven't done lately. You haven't done in a while. Like I got back into the Legos, puzzles,
Yeah.
coloring. Like I got some dope coloring markers.
You used to enjoy as a youngin.
Yeah, what'd you enjoy when you were young that you haven't done in a long time, or you haven't done it in a while, or you stopped doing?
Maybe like seriously basketball. Even played basketball. I used to play basketball a lot when I was younger, and so 1995 I wrote my very first rap. everything, nothing else in life mattered.
Once I wrote my Chuck was like, I'm a rapper now. I don't have time for nothing else.
I wrote
I'm
my
one of
first
the
rap in
coldest MCs of all
1995.
time.
Yep, I still have the book and everything. And I once that happened, I lost interest.
Bro, if
in
you
it
don't make
almost.
that video, look, if you don't make the video of this is the rap that I wrote in 95 that I never let go of, and it changed everything. That's amazing.
That is a dope video, though. That's dope. That is a dope video. That would be a dope video.
I want to watch it.
Yeah. That would be a dope video.
All right, AD, you on mute.
All right, so for me, it would probably one of the things, because I mean, I drawing, I haven't made enough time to draw, right? I used to draw very often when I had a scholarship to go to 3 art institutes right out of high school. I was listed as the best freelance black and white sketch artist in 13 states.
Come on.
Wow.
Yeah, man. But I just haven't. I started up a piece of Diana Ross like last year, and I started it and I just haven't finished it. And so for me, yeah, it'd probably be drawing and even coloring. Like my mom does coloring books now, like that's her thing. I get my artsy crafty side from my mom. Like my mom would make earrings and do all of that stuff, and she still like she scrapbooks, she does coloring books, she does all of that stuff. So a thing that I used to do that I haven't done lately, yeah, that I need to get back to, yeah, probably drawing.
Okay.
Also too dancing too.
Okay, so we're gonna do a dance episode. You know, everybody in the group has to do an episode with me.
Let's
Lex
do
is
it.
gonna do a fitness thing for my YouTube series about wellness and care. I think we said pickleball is what we're doing, right, Lex?
I did not say that.
I'm trying to get him on camera to say yeah.
Lex said, "Don't sign me up for that." I didn't sign up. Lex said that so quick.
And when he said that, I looked up like,
say that.
Dang, I was trying to get Lex to say yeah. He keep telling me no to every single one.
Rob, he asked me the craziest of things.
Okay, so real quick. So everybody who doesn't know, in our friend group,
that was Lux's version of cussing you out, right?
Like, I didn't say that, bro.
But it was on his toes, bro. Like, so did you say pickleball? He had on his lips. I ain't say that.
Okay, so yes, he didn't say he was gonna do pickleball. I'm trying to get my friends to all do something for my YouTube series where I'm exploring the world of self-care, wellness, healing, beauty, all the weird things that people do. Like, for example, on Sunday, I took a hip-hop aerobics fitness class in Inglewood. And I was trying to get Lucky to do that. He was like, I'm not doing that right now. I am not ready for that. But AD said yes to a dance class because I want to learn how to do like the Tamiya shuffle. I want to learn how to do the boot scoop thing, the Shibuya joint that's all the black cowboys is doing. I want to learn how to do that because I used to love to dance. Like back in the day, high school, early college, I was like, low key, I enjoyed going to parties and starting because I was a nerd from the hood, but I could dance and I like dancing. So I'm trying to get everybody to do an episode. I still haven't got luck to say what episode we're gonna do besides Disneyland. Like everybody's doing all the guys are doing the Disneyland episode, but I need that. So
you said it's okay. What you said? Health, wellness, and what? Self-care?
Beauty, self-care, healing, wellness, anything in those areas. So here's what I've done so far. Me and Charles did the Rage Room, right? In Miami. Me and White Josh did the float tank. I did a sound bowl healing thing with Sunshine. She was the facilitator of it in Long Beach.
Okay.
I did the hip hop class by myself. No dudes were in the room. Like it was a whole bunch of women just working out real hard. And I did like one other thing. I forgot what I did. The ice bath. I did that too.
Okay.
So I'm trying to get all these different ideas. I'm gonna go get a facial. I'm gonna do the dance.
I never got a facial in my life.
You never did what?
I never got a facial in my life. I told my wife that same thing. She said,
"Did
what?
you do a facial?"
I never got. You said what?
Did you do?
I never got a facial. Yeah, I do a facial.
Okay, there we go.
I told my wife. I said, man, she said, "Oh my God, it's the greatest thing ever." And I was like, "What? That a thing people be doing?" And she explained to me. I was like, "I never got a facial."
Okay, so are you saying yes on camera to we're gonna go do esthetician facial? Because I've never had a facial.
Do that.
Yes, yeah, I got one. Okay.
Okay. So all right. So we got it. Yes.
Do you guys do pedicures?
Yeah.
Okay.
I haven't in a while, and I need to. I love it. I used to go to Hammer and Nails. I like Hammer and Nails. I don't know if y'all like.
I went to Hammer and Nails like a month ago.
I love Hammer and Nails. I haven't been in a while, but I need to go.
What's Hammer and Nails?
It's a male.
It's a male
barbershop, grooming.
Yeah.
Manicure, pedicure.
Pedicure spot.
Brown shadow, big.
Manly. It's just like manly.
It's very
Okay.
But it's super cool. It's nice. It's flair too. It's nice. You like it?
Lounge, like a cigar lounge with no cigars.
Yeah, exactly.
AD,
exactly.
do you give pedicures?
Yes, I do. What's crazy is though I don't get manicures, but I get pedicures. But
you don't as a rule, or you just haven't?
Huh?
You don't get them as a rule, or you just haven't?
No, I just haven't. Like last time, so I go and I get pedicures, and like literally like the ladies they'll be like, "You want a manicure?" Then they look at my hands, they be like, "Oh, you don't need one."
Oh, sure, okay. Well, there that is.
Yeah, like every time I would go, they'll look at my hands, they grab my hand, they're like, "You have pretty hands." I don't want to make fun of them, but
yeah,
you about to.
I don't want to.
Yeah.
No, baby, don't do that.
No.
That's good.
But no, like they'd be like, no, like you know, like you don't need to get your hands done. Most that they would do if they did anything was if I like extra, like if I had something on the side I need to clip off or whatever, but they wouldn't charge me. Yeah. They wouldn't charge me.
I've never got an actual manicure because I always cut my own. Like I travel with a kit. Like whenever I travel, I have a nail kit.
Yeah.
I also have one in my car, and I got one in my apartment. Like I do my own hands because I like to make it look the way I want it to look. Like I don't really think it's a good use of my money for my hands, but these feet, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Okay, so I asked this question on Threads. Anybody who's in the comments or watching, you probably saw me post this in the last 2 hours. Question. So since the manscaping clippers be lying, right? They were like, this is a no nick shaver. Brother, you will get nicked. you might bleed profusely if you try to do that. And I don't know if you've ever tried to scape your man, but it's not easy, especially if you're not flexible. To get it right and get it tight is just not the easiest thing. The question I asked was to the ladies directly. I said, how would you feel about your partner, your male partner, getting waxed or sugared or whatever type of hair removal services? And overwhelmed, you got to get sugared down there. Apparently, it's better than waxing. The ladies was like, oh, but don't do wax because that's terrible. Get sugared. And I was like,
I thought that hurt more.
Sugar?
I was told.
Yeah, I know ladies get sugar treatment.
Sugaring is better than waxing.
Really?
Sugaring. I've never heard of it.
The ladies said do it. Even in the comments right now, the ladies are saying
no, because man, they setting us up. They setting us up.
Would you do it?
They setting us up.
Would you get manscaped by someone with some type of hair removal skill set other than yourself, with no clippers, like some rip it off kind of loving?
I'm not sure, and I'm gonna be honest, because, and first of all, part of my problem is a lot of times sometimes I'm a little too honest, and
I love it,
but I just don't be embarrassed about things like that. I think because of my insecurities, I'm telling myself or saying online, no, I wouldn't. For a lot of insecurities, my body, my shape, and a bunch of stuff I need to change, and my weight. So I couldn't just confidently say yes, I would do that. I'll be honest.
Josh said negative, so he's not on that episode.
What's funny is I could have just said that. I'm always feeling the beats.
Here's what someone just said in my IG that she would do her partner's waxing. I think I would be more nervous to let my boo get me with the wax strip or the whatever she's using. I think I'd be more nervous of letting my partner do it than some professional stranger in the place that I paid. Somebody said sugaring hurts less. First of all, I'm gonna let you know I'm doing it, and I'm bringing the camera. I'm gonna be mic'd up, and I'm gonna let somebody take it down to the bear skin. To the
bringing him up for what?
I'm gonna get manscaped. I'm gonna leave the landing strip.
Oh, got it. Okay, I got it.
Remember Michael Jordan had the Hitler mustache? Remember Michael Jordan had the Hitler mustache? I'm gonna leave the Hitler mustache above. You know what I'm saying? But everything else, we knocking off all the wood, all the shrubbery. Yeah. I think that's what I'm doing. All gummy. It's got to be all gummy because I'm not going in there if it's not. So
that is crazy.
I just don't know if I would trust somebody to that degree.
I'm sweating right now, thinking about it. My shirt has gotten a little profuseness because the idea of I've never done it before. So there's like newness anxiety, like, and I don't know a lot of brothers who talk about it. Like, I don't know a lot of brothers who be like, hey, you know what? I know somebody who's really good at it.
That's not a thing we talk about.
It's not. But I had to have the conversation about manscaping with my son. He's 18. He's like, hey, man, I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying? What do you suggest? And I said, well, I don't suggest manscaping clippers. He's like, I just bought it. I saw it on TikTok and they were talking about how. I was like, sir, you're going to, there's a learning curve.
Mutilate was the word I wanted to use, but I didn't.
There's a comedy with like, I want to say like somebody where he was like bleeding and they had to call the ambulance.
Well, that happened in 40-Year-Old Virgin where he went and got waxed or whatever.
That too.
I think it was like a zipper caught him or something.
That was something about Mary.
Something about Mary. So in my brain, I was trying to tell my son, like, yo, I know the ads is lying to you, bro. Like, you got tricked by effective marketing, which is why I need to run ads on my content and my products. But you bought something believing the commercial again.
Yeah.
And you're going to get nicked because you don't know how to use it. You're not a private barber. And someone said they don't realize how you gotta bust it open. You gotta do downward dog. You gotta look at left side. you gotta bust it open.
No.
That's tough.
I'm so comfortable with my sexuality that I'm going to make content.
Rob, I love you, bro. And I'll be in the weight room for support.
Yeah, no, first of all, you can't get in the room because this is an intimate moment for me and this lady.
I know I said I'd be in the weight room.
But you don't want to have your person?
Huh?
You don't want to take your person to their suite and
I don't want nobody to hear me scream like,
oh no, it's on mic. It's on mic. DJI Osmo Pocket 3.
Nope.
DJI Mic 2. It's probably gonna be camera B. It's probably gonna be camera B. I'm gonna get waxed. I'm gonna get sugared of some type, and I'm sweating. I don't know if you can see it. There's like a reflection here.
Do your research on sugar. Do a little more research.
I'm talking to more people. No, I haven't booked nothing yet. Someone said, Rob, you honestly might pass gas. That's part of the hazards of the job.
You know,
you might what?
Rob gonna be
pass
like,
gas. Hey, we go together. Me and her. Yeah, no, I'm for sure.
Hey,
have you ever had anything waxed? Have you ever had anything waxed?
No.
Okay, can I tell you the story when I got waxed one time?
Wait a minute, hold on. Before you tell us that story, you're gonna be like, you remember first Sunday when Tracy Morgan was in the room and he said Malachi. Like he started running out. That's gonna be you. That's gonna be you.
No, I'm prepared to be embarrassed because there's two elements to the waxing that I'm not comfortable with besides the potential pain. I'm going on gummy.
Well, we're going to tell it. So wait a minute, what did you get waxed?
Okay, so here backstory. Once upon a time, I had a girlfriend.
Okay,
and we was going to an island vacation that I was paying for, and I strongly suggested her getting waxed, and she was like, I usually just shave. I have never gotten waxed before. And I said, I think this is the time. I think
you made the suggestion.
I think this is a good reason. And she was like, all right. So she took a day, came back, was like, all right, I booked us a wax appointment. And I was like, what? She was like, if I'm getting waxed, you're going to get waxed. And I was like, I'm not getting waxed. I've never been waxed. I think you're crazy. She was like, no, you're going to get something waxed. And I was like, what do you mean something? She was like, you can do your chest. You can do your abdomen. You can do your back. You can do your butt. And I was like, I'll go back. So I had my own room with my wax person.
Wait. You'll go back?
Yeah, my back.
Oh, okay.
All right. Okay. Me and Luck was on the same page because we was both like,
yeah, wait, what?
Okay, so I chose the back of my human body, right?
Got it.
Waist to shoulders. And she was getting her Brazilian from the rooter to the tutor is what I was looking for.
Okay.
And this lady put on, I think it was like one of those chain popular, it's like purple. I don't know the logo, but it's like a purple wax franchise. And the lady put the wax on me, and I'm temperature sensitive. Like I wasn't prepared for the heat. Like, I don't take hot showers. Like you ever take a shower with your wife, Look, or a lady, and my temperature is way beyond ours?
Yeah, my wife's showers shouldn't be legal. The temperature.
Yeah. I'm like, do you know that you could sue somebody for that?
Right.
This lady put that hot wax on me and then put the strip on there. And then she rubbed it. And she ripped that strip off. So I have wax trauma, low key. And I'm going to share this in the YouTube video when I go get waxed. Brazilian with the little Hitler mustache. The Michael Jordan. So I'm nervous for multiple reasons. I'm going on gummy. Someone said, buy numbing gel. Is that what y'all be doing?
Do you have a choice when you say going on gummy?
First of all, if she's holding it.
What we don't need is a demonstration.
All right, what is we? Nope. Nope.
How does she wax you without touching you?
Nope.
Is my question.
Nope.
So she got you, right?
But you said going on gummy. Like if you walk in any other way.
It's arrested. It's sex trafficking at that point.
No.
If you go.
Nope.
Sir.
Nope.
Please, sir.
Nope.
Sir.
hot right now.
I don't trust it.
So says sugaring is the way to go. I think the consensus is. Yeah,
but that's probably because they're used to it though.
I'm not used to no part of this. And look, everybody. AD said, "Nope." AD wants no parts.
I don't.
Nobody want a cold shower. I'd rather a cold shower than a hot ass shower.
Yeah, for sure.
It'd be just shaving for me, fellas.
Just shaving?
I shave, brother.
We got to get a sponsor. We got to get the Clippers a sponsor the podcast.
Yeah, because I was about to say the Clippers that I use, but they ain't paying us yet. So
no, they ain't paying us yet. We're gonna get to the point where they're like, you know what, we not only do we have giveaways for y'all to give away to the audience, but yeah, I'm not saying I'm gonna do it all the time, but I don't know if y'all seen my post on IG today, fellas or audience. I posted a video of myself on the Peloton with my shirt off. And in fine print in the upper corner, in the wrong direction, I said, if this positivity and healing content don't work, I'm leaving here with something. Hey, and the music in the background for the workout is Uncle Luke. Scott, come to like, hey, listen, I'm just foreshadowing. If y'all don't support my positive 5-year grind, if I don't figure out how to make this content a thing,
listen,
it's gonna be mostly fans. It's mostly fans.
You know, I mean, here's the thing. I wholeheartedly agree with you on that. That's all. That's all I want to say. I wholeheartedly agree with you. Because it's gonna be 2 new feature pages, Rob and AD. Our page is gonna be right next to each other.
Pay us to see what we are talking about. And I'm going to have a whole different kind of content series. It's not going to be me talking about, here's a question for you to get to know someone better. And here's a question to reflect. And here's a question to journal. It's going to be like, what do you want to see, ladies?
Ladies.
David danced butt naked in front of the Lord. Do you want to see me praise the Lord?
Ladies.
Oh, no, you know what? All right, I'm out. All right.
If it don't work, I'm leaving here with something.
I'm not mad. All right. You hear me? I ain't mad. Listen, I'm the supportive friend.
Yeah,
I'm the friend. I tell people this often. I'm gonna tell y'all this on our pod, but I'm telling you, I'm the friend that when you bring me something, I learn French. And when I say I learn French, everything is we. You be like, yeah, I'm doing what we doing, because what we doing.
Remember Jadakiss? First of all, the fact that Jadakiss also know whose luck is.
That's crazy.
That on the podcast.
One of the greatest lyricists of all times.
Also respects Luck's bars. By the way,
also respects Luck. That is wild.
Jadakiss said in a lyric one time, the profound gospel. He said, "We gon' make it. We gon' make it. We gon' make it. We're going to make it. We're going to figure it out."
Rob, you remember that meme? I said,
Listen, I'm going to make. I don't know when.
No, for real.
I don't know through what way. I want it to be this way. I'm leaving here with something.
I'm not mad.
Hey, just so y'all know. So I asked the audience, and they were like, the coloring and stuff. Would you get back into any of the other interests or hobbies that you had back in the day? I had an art scholarship too, by the way, AD. Instead of going to Northridge, I had a choice. I could have went to Howard, which was my number one choice, but my mom was sick. But I also went to Northridge with an art degree as my major, because I was going to go to Cal Arts, which is like Southern California's number one premier art school, because on the low, I also had like art and galleries and drawings and time capsules at Barnesville Art College and Park and all that stuff. I didn't know that you was a drawer.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Would you get back into any of your former hobbies that you enjoyed as a young version of yourself?
Yeah, I would.
If you had to pick one today to commit to, what's one thing that you would get back into?
To commit to?
Yeah, like something that's like, I ain't done this a long time. I'm going to try it again. I'm gonna see if I still enjoy it.
I'm gonna do rap in a different format though.
Okay. AD, what would you try to do if you had to pick something that you used to enjoy that you don't do anymore, haven't done in a long, long time?
Probably model cars.
How you do model cars? Wait, what did you do with model cars? Did you just build them? Because in LA, we used to put lowrider like switches on model cars.
Yeah. No, but that's the thing. Like I used to build them, paint them, and then I would try to put hydraulics on.
Yeah.
Some, like I had a 6.7 Impala that I built.
I had a 6.3.
Yep. So that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, I used to build model cars. I used to beg my mama. I used to do certain things and then beg my mama, hey mama, can you take me to Walmart? Because they would sell them at Walmart.
Yeah,
like,
they had like the kit,
little box, you know, and then I would go in there and then pick me out a model car. All the cars that I wanted, I would build. So like the 67 Impala, I had also a 67. No, yeah, 60. I had a 68. I had a 68 Cutlass, and that actually was my first real car that my mom and my stepfather bought for me. Was a 68 Cutlass, Cutlass Supreme. And so,
did you ever get a model car kit of an Eldorado?
Yep.
Eldorados were cool cars in LA. Like if you saw somebody with a nice Eldorado,
I love an Eldorado, man. My boy, he does clothes. I can't think of his name. I just saw him on IG just a few minutes ago. But he has an Eldorado, like a real nice blue, sky blue one. So nice, bro. So freaking nice. Mm-hmm. I would love an Eldorado. Yes, I see E Bella Love says 69 SS Chevelle. I wanted an SS so bad, and I built the SS as well. Also, I see Bella Love saying she want to get into photography. Tap in with us. You know, you talking to
all of us. Yeah, we really
all of us do photography. Tap in.
That's crazy.
But yeah, so like, but all of that, man, like I would get back into that. I did actually order, which when I get off this call, I'm gonna run over to the mall to pick up one thing, but I ordered some stuff to get back into doing some level of craft. I think it's important, bro, I think it's important for us to have hobbies that do not yield finance.
We're not trying to make money, yeah.
Exactly.
We just do it because we enjoy it.
We just do it, but it's very hard that if you do something and you enjoy it and you do it well, it's hard not to try to monetize that, you know. And I think that
I can make some money with it.
Exactly, because but also that's the thing I think for men in general, right? It's like, you know, I can make some money, you know, and because for me, I've always viewed manhood as how much money you make, you know, and nothing else. I mean, my character was shit, but
if you got money, you're all right.
that's the way I felt, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and now at this grown age, like, trying to be a better man with, you know, better character and morals and all of that, like, it seems crazy to think about, you know what I'm saying? But in my mind, I just was like, let me make money. You know what I'm saying? And that was about end all of it. So now looking at and trying to emphasize a hobby that does not necessarily yield me money. I just do it because I want to do it. So I saw something that I wanted to do and I'm going to do it. You know how much I wear hats, you know, you wear hats. And so, you know, one of the things that that's been a thing now is people putting rhinestones and stuff and designing hats. So
and patches too, like custom
and patches. Yep. So I ordered me some stones to kind of freak some hats. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so I'm doing my first one tonight. That's gonna be like I'm like after this, I'm unplugging. That's the reason why I didn't go to that premiere. I said I'm gonna unplug and chill at the house. And I got a busy day tomorrow. I got some shoots lined up for tomorrow and for Friday, and I'm traveling next week. And so I was like, yo, like let me tap in with myself. Let me do something that I just enjoy, that doesn't, it's not a timeline behind it. Oh, I don't have to have this done by a specific time or whatever the case is. I just want to do it just to do it.
That's dope. I think first of all, I want to see what you do. Like just as a friend, I want to see.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Do things that you used to enjoy that you maybe haven't done for a while. That just like, oh, that was cool. Or I'm trying things out. It's not about how good I am today or how many people want to buy this thing. It's just I'm enjoying it. My boy Mac Royals, he got me into coloring again because he bought on Amazon almost like a kid's kit. It's like a little briefcase with it.
Mm-hmm.
And in the briefcase on Amazon, it had markers and it had 2 coloring books inside. But the outside of the briefcase is also a coloring book. So he was like, what I do is sometimes, I'll just bring my briefcase with me somewhere with friends and I let them color on my briefcase. I was like, oh, that's cool. Now, I don't know how many people I trust to color on my briefcase because I don't know if everybody colors well. And everybody don't color in the design ways that I think is cool. So I don't know if I will let everybody do it, but I've been coloring. I also bought a couple Lego kits. I bought a drum machine too, a Kai MPC-1 to get back into just like messing around making beats for fun, not to sell, not to make a song out of, but just like that's one of the things I think I'm gonna do a lot. To just like make a beat and just like let me hear what I can hear and put music together because that's fun to me, and it don't have to become something you sell or a full song. Like low key, I make them and I delete them.
Yeah,
because it wasn't about getting it out. But you saying model car for anybody who's from LA, the Del Amo Mall used to have a model car store by Montgomery Ward's on the side where PF Chang's is now used to be Montgomery Ward's. And if you would leave Montgomery Ward's on the top floor, there was a store that sold kits for the hydraulics, that sold paint, that sold flocking to make the seats look like they were made of like fabric, that they sold the thread, like the fishing line, so that you can get the switch box to pull when you complete the circuit or whatever, and you can make your car hop and drop and low and all that three-wheel motion stuff. Like they would also do monthly competitions, like hydraulic companies, a competition, best paint job, coolest ride, or whatever. And I won awards there. Not on hydraulics, because I wasn't that good at that, but I had a truck that won first place back in the day. And my 6'3" won something too. I think
that's wild.
I didn't know that either. So another place that the homies have a thing in common. I didn't know that she was into model cars. And I haven't built a model car. Probably, I might have done one with my son, but I let him do everything. Like I wasn't really trying to be creative with it. It was about him doing it. So I haven't done a model car. Dang. Since I was a teenager? When was the last time you built a model car?
Man, dude, it's been probably since I was like 15.
Okay. So are you ordering one? Like, what are we doing? Because I feel like low-key, I'm back into Legos and coloring. I'm a tiptoe back into model cars, but are you ordering a model car?
I was just looking to see, like, I mean, yeah.
Yay! Look at us being dope. Run up.
I order one.
That's cool, bro.
I order one.
That's cool.
I'm down for it.
Okay. So I got something to hold you accountable to for real. What you got going on for your plans for next 7 days before the next time I get on here as a podcast? What's the goal that you have or something you're working on or excited about?
plans for the next 7 days.
That goes to the audience too. Like, what's something that you're looking forward to, a goal, a plan within the next 7 days?
So for me, probably doing this hat. Doing that's a personal hobby goal. Then I shoot Tasha Smith tomorrow and Friday. So
hey, come on.
So I want to so I want to create some great stuff for her. And so that's a goal. And then got something on the table that I'm really praying kind of comes through. It would be a game changer for
I'm in agreement for you
for a lot. So yeah, so we're gonna see. I mean, I'm hopeful. I am excited to see kind of what's gonna happen. And so yeah, yeah.
That's what's up. All right, so mine is I need to get my YouTube video of me and Charles at the Rage Room and a camera comparison video up on YouTube. And there's like 2 other videos that I haven't shot that I need to do. I need to just go hard on my longer form, not the vertical stuff with the questions. I need to get into my YouTube bag. And I'm also working on shooting the pilot for my dating show. Talk to some of the honeys about that in the next 2 weeks.
Okay.
But by next week, we need to have picked some singles in LA we can pull up for the dates and prepare them to be on the dating show.
Yeah, because that last one, and then it rained. So the dudes that I suggested, they was like, man, the weather, that I'm like,
yeah,
any excuse, especially for LA, they ain't used to no rain.
Caressa came through. She had fun, man.
Yeah,
it was a good time. We're gonna do it again.
Yeah,
but the event and then the show are 2 different things. So at the event, we played it in real time with real singles. The show is like a show. So it's going to be a little bit more prepared. And people who are there to be on the show. But at the live event, it was fun. It was fun to watch people talk and choose and to play a dating game. Look forward to it, man. We're going to make the thing.
I love that. I'm with it.
What's up with your fitness?
So, man, that's what I was saying. I'm a little frustrated with because I've been going at it and it just seemed like it's just moving slow. And it's just it's a journey. It's a journey. But it's been crazy. Bella Love, let me say this because you're in Atlanta, April 25th through the 27th, man. You meet us in Chattanooga, Tennessee.
I'm flying to Atlanta before I go to conference with Chattanooga.
Yeah,
so
the conference is gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
We actually just had from Monday to today, we had I think it was 11 people registered. And we ain't even put up no.
And we ain't even really putting no content up. Besides,
we ain't put up no content. We put up no flyer. We ain't put up nothing. This is just from us talking about it on
podcast.
Yeah, on podcast, Mentorship Monday and stuff like that. So, Chattanooga, Tennessee, April 25th through the 27th. We will all be in Chattanooga, Tennessee. That's where we will be.
Absolutely. And I'm not staying at the Red Roof Inn.
No, you're not. Actually, I talked to Monica today, so she's getting all of. I put the link in the thing. Hold on. She's getting hotel stuff and hotel blocks already blocked off. So
Cover Girl knows what we're talking about. And no wedges. If you pull up in wedges, I'm going to talk about you because it's a no wedges season.
It's a no wedge zone.
Yeah.
No wedge zone.
I'd rather use some sneakers, flat sandals. The Gladiator sandal is better than a wedge. Come on, somebody.
No wedge zone.
No wedge zone. Yes, ma'am. Please don't do that. Because I'm talking about people.
So I tried to post it. It said this comment has failed.
I don't think it allows us to post links, but go to AD's story. That's another way you can do it. Put it in your story.
Okay, put on my story on IG.
Yeah, and people, go see it.
Yeah.
So Mr. D Blake, the homie Derek said, "What is the event?" So we will be in Chattanooga, Tennessee for what year? I know you've done that a couple times. What year is it?
I've done the Commerce Conference since 2019.
Mm-hmm.
And
how would you explain what Commons is for those who don't know?
So I would explain it as, if you are a multi-gifted, multi-hyphenate person, and you are at times even frustrated with where to start with all of your giftings, it's a community for people that are like that, people that are multi-gifted, multi-hyphenate, and what we consider commas. It's the whole tagline for commas for the agency that I've created is the proper punctuation gives you the right to be more. And so a lot of times when we meet people, we meet them and we keep them how we met them. So if you met me as a pastor, then, it's like pastor, period. That's all you'll be to me. But it's really multiple things. It's pastor, comma, I'm an actor, I'm a director, I am a photographer, I am an entrepreneur, I'm a philanthropist, I am, all of these things. And I feel like, a teacher, I am all of these things. And so in order for us to really become everything that we need to become, we also need a community of those like-minded people that can speak a language that gives us insight and strategy about what we are to do next. And
a community of folks that come together who have that in common too.
Yep.
I think that's one of the super valuable things about it.
And we speak the language, like we get around each other. And sometimes it's not even about, because you're going to get a plethora of information, but it's also about the connections that you make there. Like it's like family reunion. Like,
I agree. That's the vibe.
Like that's the vibe of it. Like you come together and it's like, oh, you do this too. Oh, you do this. You do this. Oh, that's what's up. Like, let's connect. Let's do this. And so Friday night is a mixer. Friday night we had a vibe. Friday night was a mixer, and then Saturday is sessions where people get up and we talk and we answer questions and all of that stuff. And then Sunday, if you want to hang around Sunday, we do church together. Some people left, but we do all of that. So it's a whole weekend just full of a recharging for multi-gifted individuals.
Yeah, and as a multi-gifted individual, also somebody who was honored to be on stage and teach. It was a lot of wisdom that I took notes on, and then a lot of dope people that I met. It's a good time. So, and then flying into Atlanta first, they're driving into Chattanooga. That's fun too. So, I love what you're doing with Commons. I can't wait to support and show up and be there. Just gonna be looking out for people who got wedges on. Yes, sir.
Actually, it's already in my story. I posted it 17 hours ago.
Okay, so it's still there.
Yeah, still there.
There you go.
It's still there, and it'll probably be somewhere in my story every day until it becomes a thing, or until we close it off. But it's there. So if you follow me, it's Adrian Davis Now. You don't necessarily have to follow me. If you just go to my page, Adrian Davis Now, and then go to my story, you should see it. It's a picture of last year. Chris is teaching, and you see like the flyer in the background. It has the link right there. You just click the link and you can read about it.
Yeah, man. This is a season for me of like doing new things. So it's dope to do something that's not new and that's not scary. Pulling up and supporting you with your vision for an event or conference. Hope one day that I'll do my conference. I was supposed to do it in January, but the fires.
Yes, and then the fires and all that. But
not a good time.
We are doing your conference this year.
Yeah, we got to get it in. I share with everybody in the group chat. My friends know that I'm working on, in the month of March, the ebook is coming out with the adult questions about sex, fantasy, kink, pleasure, boundaries. And then I'm going to start running ads for products that I know people have been blessed to have. So that's scary for me. But yeah, that's also in the next 7 days, I guess. That's another thing that's a goal cooking in the background. Yeah, someone said I'm not. Bella said I'm not cooking anything. She's driving from Atlanta. This is gonna be a good time, man.
So question. But Bella, like that's an hour and a half drive. It's
easy,
super easy. But I say this, bro.
You the one that told me to make the card simply an ebook and help people out with that.
I did.
It doesn't have to be a physical product. It could be a digital product. So
you know what I'm saying?
Appreciate you.
Oh, bro, easy. But what I was gonna say is, what is gonna be your thing for these next 7 days?
So what I have to get done, without dropping the ball on the other things that I have to get done, is getting the ebook finished. The graphic designer is basically there. Final edits should be done before the 2nd of March.
Mm-hmm.
So then I need to make content. Yes, sir. Come on, man.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me show y'all. This is for the people that's doing VIP.
That's what's up.
Yeah, every year we got to do it. We got to go a little bit harder. You know what I'm saying?
See that.
So, and this is why, like, when people come, like, we want to make sure you're getting, quality.
I can't wait for comments, man. If you are in that area, what are the major cities that you would say getting to chat is going to be a little bit more of an ideal trip? Of course, Atlanta is an hour and a half drive, but what other?
Nashville is an hour and a half on the other side.
So Nashville, Atlanta. Who else would you say is not a bad drive to get to Chattanooga, where we'll be in April?
Yeah. All right. So Nashville, Atlanta, Alabama. If you're in Alabama, Huntsville is an hour and a half away. Birmingham is
Alabama,
2 hours and some change away. Yeah, man. Like if you're anywhere in the South, you know what I'm saying? Like if you're anywhere in the South, like it's Birmingham. Yeah, Birmingham is close. North Carolina, Wayne is coming from Charlotte, North Carolina. And so I'm gonna just highlight some of the people that'll be there. Of course, Mr. Rob 365 will be there. He's coming
flying from Los Angeles
into
Dr. Atlanta.
Charles, into Atlanta, then from Atlanta to Chattanooga. And then let's see, Mercedes is coming from North Carolina because she's on here. She bought her ticket. But then speakers, Rob, Dr. Charles coming from LA as well. My brother who started up an all black boys school in DC. He's coming from DC. Wayne is coming from Charlotte, North Carolina. Chris Sands is already in Chattanooga. He's going to be there. We're working on our female presenters, and they gonna come in and knock it out the park, man. Like last year, somebody asked me, somebody was like, were you disappointed in the number of people? And I said, no, not the number of people. I said, but I was disappointed that more of us were not in the room to get this information. Because when what's name was teaching on real estate and how to flip houses and how to do that and how to create this generational wealth, I'm telling you right now, with who we have in office, it's so imperative for us to get these tools, for us to build upon these tools, especially for African-American people. Like, and so I think that's the important, like right now, I'm not selling you on the conference.
I'm selling people on the conference.
Well, no, I'm selling y'all on community because community right now is so needed for what we're about to face and what we're currently facing. And I don't think we understand the laws and stuff that are being pushed, the things that are happening, the things that are being built right now that we don't quite understand is all a ploy and a tactic to keep us somewhere. And community and information is going to be key, because you can't rob the information, or you can't rob me of the information and the knowledge once I have it. So
I agree.
Chattanooga's gonna be a movement, which is always, like, it's just, I don't know, it's just a feel of just being able to go back home. I'm from Chattanooga. I always have a heart for Chattanooga. I love it there. I go there, I feel recharged, but I know I'm not supposed to, like, because for a while, Rob, I was like, oh, I just need to move back home. I feel so good when I'm there. Then I'm there for like a week and I'm like, oh, okay, now I see why.
Yeah.
Like, I love it. But I gotta come back home.
What you're saying is, I think, is a good place to end. With all the things that are going on in the world, but specifically our world here in the U.S., I agree that now is not a time to focus on self. Now is a time to focus on yourself within relationship with others. We are not going to survive as a bunch of solos. We need to be in an ensemble. We need to be in community. We need to be in relationship with those who we trust and we care about and feel that care about us.
Yeah.
And there's multiple circles of that for me. I have my friend group. I have my active group of folks who are working on policies and working on organizing the community to vote and to protest. I almost asked that question today, because that was a question that was going to come up. And my question of the day was, have you ever been a part of a protest or a boycott? And I'll save that for another one. But
that's a good one.
In order for us to make impact, our voices need to be in harmony with others who are saying similar things, who want and need and demand similar things.
That's it, bro.
Being able to amplify those voices who say it the way that we see it and who are saying it in the direction that it needs to be heard by, to lift up those voices with our voice. So commas is another way for us to connect with people who have this important thing in common, who believe in community, especially with those who have multiple passions and interests but are pursuing it, no matter what level of success financially or business-wise you've gotten to. You're also willing to. Another thing happens with business and community is we always want to reach up. Like, hey, person who's famous, who's super popping, put me on, lift me up. I was sharing that with my son, who's an entrepreneur as well. And I think that's not the right direction. I think that more success comes from reaching across to levels who are similar to yours. My daughter definitely wants to talk to me while I'm making a point. And reaching down also. Developing the habit of lifting up someone who has a gift, a talent, an interest, a skill set, that you can lift them up to elevate them as well. So that's going to be important in this season.
Yeah, I wholeheartedly agree with you, bro. Like, for real, because it is. I think it's the community. What we're seeing, a byproduct of community right now. We're living.
Yeah,
we're living in it right now in this very moment. Like, because we had community, now we're doing this on Wednesdays. Because we have community, now we're doing mentorship Mondays on Mondays. Because there is community, you're able to hold yourself and others accountable for the things that you're saying that you want to do. And so it's a thing. And so having a village, having people, having somebody just to speak the language. Like last year, Charles met somebody. It was like, was it like a week before commas? And like literally like met her out here in LA, I think it was. And she bought a plane. She said, oh, wait a minute. Those are my people. She bought a plane ticket.
That's my tribe.
Yep. She said, that's my tribe. That's my community. She bought a plane ticket and bought a ticket to commas and brought her tail to commas, like, and been locked in since. But it's a thing. And I think that, like, when you find that, it's something that it's almost like, I needed that. I absolutely needed that, but I didn't know I needed that, but I needed that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. It becomes that thing. So yeah, I mean, community, commas is a community. and it's the same way men of the village is a community, and all of those things. Rob, I got a question for you before we go. Our last collab, do you remember the date of that?
I could look on my it was like the second Saturday of January is what I think it was.
I couldn't remember.
I got a video of it, so there's pictures that have the date on it, so I know when we were together to collaborate.
Yeah, I couldn't remember. I was trying to go.
I hope whoever watches this, one of the things that I hope you take away is a reminder and an encouragement to not be caught by yourself too long.
Yeah.
To tap in to your people, to tap into your circles, to tap into your groups, talk to folks in your community, and not be alone. Because I think our divisions and our solitude hurt us more when we're dealing with a situation like a time like we're dealing with right now.
Yeah.
We need to be with each other. Love on your folks and allow them to love on you too. What are you taking from this conversation, bro? One thing.
Man, one thing.
What's in your head that you like, oh, that's the stuff.
Yeah. One thing that I'm taking away from this is it's okay to be a kid again. Because like even when you ask that question about what thing we've gotten away from, like my mind went to so many things like when I was a child, and so many things that I laid down that I haven't picked back up, and I believe I want to pick some of those things back up.
That's what's up. I'm taking away the how we started with. It's okay to let go of things that you used to enjoy, or you used to be known for, or you used to find money in, when it's time to lay it down and to allow yourself to have a new name, to have a new start, to have a new identity. That also might mean you have to figure it out. You might have to be whack for a beginning or start from zero again. But that's the thing that's loud to me.
Yeah, man.
Thanks for pulling up, man. I hope that when you get out of here, you make it to the mall real quick and handle all the things you got to do before bed. I only have to edit one more video and post that.
My boy.
I'm gonna get it before midnight. I also got my workout in already.
Yeah, hey, I did. Look, I got my workout in, and I took my shower, and then boom, I jumped on the live.
Me too. Look at us being productive.
Bro,
I'll be trying to get my last second. Right before the day end, I'd be like, oh, last video post. Okay. But I did it a little early today, so I'm happy, proud of myself. Cover Girl said, I'm learning how to pivot. Thank you for the space. Thank y'all for joining the conversation, and tell somebody next time. Wednesdays is when we usually do these, so at some point we'll see you again. It's been another episode of Men of the Village Podcast, and until the next one.
Peace.